the Daily Streak. I'm Steve DeBerry.
And I'm Jake Craney.
We will be talking about a few different sports today. We got some NBA playoff action on the docket, some foreign soccer, and also a little bit of baseball. But first, let's start with golf. We have the Colonial starting this weekend, is it?
Yes.
Okay, the Colonial. It's a first round 18-hole prop. Matt Kuchar against Jason Dufner, the last two winners on the PGA Tour this season. Dufner has the tie option. It's who will record a lower score in the first round. Tell us about this one, Jake.
Well, like you said, you've got the winner of the TPC versus the winner of the Byron Nelson. Last year, Kuchar finished 16th at this tournament, while Dufner had a great first round and then a terrible second round to miss the cut. The way that both players are playing, I don't really see that history being too much of a factor, though. So I'm going to go ahead and take Dufner with the tie option, coming off the momentum of his win last week. Okay.
What I went ahead and looked at for this prop is I wanted to see how they've been performing in first round so far this year. So I went ahead and broke down every first round this year to get their first round scoring average. Dufner's first round scoring average is a 69.1. That's with a 78 opening round or tournament like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Kuchar's first round scoring average is a 70.1. You take into account that Dufner's been a full score better this year in the first round, and then the fact that he just won this past weekend, so his form, even though it's splitting hairs because Kuchar won the week before,
right,
his form's just a little bit better, obviously. He's got that confidence. We saw how Kuchar did in the first round of the last week's tournament after winning, shot a 66. I like Dufner with the tie option. I actually probably would like Dufner if he didn't have the tie option. Probably make it a little more even. I think Kuchar's name is what's giving Dufner the tie option on this one. But I'm going to be going with Dufner as well.
All right. Well, let's get on to some Swedish soccer. I know everybody's been clamoring for some Swedish soccer. I'm a little under the weather this morning, but seeing that there was Swedish soccer on the street really lifted my spirits enough to pour myself some Swedish vodka.
There you go.
So while I have a delicious sip, why don't you tell us about this matchup we've got today?
Is that Svedka?
Is vodka for the future.
The Svedka? Nice. All right, well, BK Häcken versus Elfsborg. Right now, currently, the last time I checked this prop, it was 95% going for BK Häcken and 5% going for Elfsborg. Elfsborg's at home. BK Häcken has the draw. It's a little bit puzzling to me, and let me tell you why. BK Häcken is 2-2-1 on the road this year, while Elfsborg is undefeated at home, and they're also the #1 team in Swedish soccer. Their only loss this year was on the road by 1 goal to the second best team in the league. So I'm going with Elfsborg, and I question the sheep that are all over BK Häcken. I think really what it is when you got a team named BK, people automatically associate it with Burger King, and they think that...
It's also that I think when a lot of people see foreign soccer that they don't know, they just automatically go with the draw option.
That's a good point.
And Elfsborg's actually lost 2 this year, but like you said, they're still the #1 team in the league. They're just coming off a big win. The last time these two played, BK won 2-0, but that was at home. Now Elfsborg's at home. I don't see any reason why they don't at least get a goal and beat them at home. I'm also going Elfsborg.
Wow, two agreements.
2 agreements.
It worked out for us yesterday. Let's see how it works out for us today. All right, let's move on to baseball. We're gonna go to the biggest city in the world, New York, and we're gonna take a look at the Padres, the San Diego Padres, traveling all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast to take on the New York Metropolitans.
Is Dickey pitching?
Sorry to say, but he's not.
Then I'm not going Mets.
No.
This is a very, very tough matchup. You've got the Padres starting Stultz, the Mets starting Hefner. Stultz will be making just his second start as a Padre, and Hefner is only in there because of injuries to the Mets lineup. So the pitching matchup's kind of shaky here. And I think you'll see a lot of sheep flocking to the Mets just because they have a better record and they're at home. But San Diego has just gotten done playing 5 pretty formidable teams and they've taken at least a game in every one of those series, including the Dodgers and the Cardinals. And Stultz, in his first start as a Padre, pitched very, very well. So I'm actually going to take the Padres on the road, going with Stultz in his second start and making those sheep very, very red.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would.
I think that might, guys, mark that one down, because that could give the shitty pick of the week a run for its money. Eric Stultz is pitching. You talked about the pitching matchup with Hefner and Stultz. The Padres this year are 4-12 on the road. They are a very bad road team. Not only that, coming over to the East Coast, when they've went away from the West Coast, they're 2-5. They just are not good on the road. Yes, they snagged a couple games from some pretty decent teams, but those were both in San Diego. We saw that Dodgers game. I think, what did you say, the Angels, did they snag one from? But I really, really like the Mets in this one. Hitting at home, I like the Sheep's take here. The sheep know where it's at with this one.
Fair enough. We're going to keep a close eye on that one tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go to the marquee NBA matchup tonight. I think maybe the only NBA matchup. Heat at Pacers. Heat trying to close it out in Indy. What do you think?
I think they will close it out. The series has been lopsided over the last couple of games. Heat lose Haslam and Pittman to suspension because of the flagrants, but that won't slow them down because this team is LeBron and D-Wade. The Pacers got away from whatever the heck they were doing early on when they had the chip on their shoulder and wanted to win, and now they have a chip on their shoulder and all they want to do is commit hard fouls. They turned it into a physical series and have forgotten how to play basketball. They forgot that the point of the game wasn't to get under LeBron and D-Wade's skin, it's actually to score more points than the other team. And since they've stopped doing that, they've been a lost basketball team, and they're not going to find themselves tonight. The Heat will take this one, and it'll be Heat and Celtics going for that Eastern Conference.
They poke the sleeping bear, unfortunately, with all their tough guy talk, and they're getting up into people's faces and getting hard fouls. Larry Bird trying to get his team motivated. All that aside, the Heat are now ready to pounce. They're ready to close it out. It's not going back to South Beach. Heat, take it.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Chucky Chuck's pick of the day. It is now time for Charles's pick of the day. What game will old Chucky be dissecting today, Jake?
This is more of a passion pick for Charles. We wanted to go maybe some baseball or even the Elf Sport match, but he really, really wanted this one. He's been bugging me all day for it. He will be picking the NCAA Women's Softball Super Regional matchup between Louisiana Lafayette and Arizona State. Arizona State having to win by 2 or more runs.
What do you got, Charles? Wow, there you have it. In a surprise pick, Charles is going with the Lady Ragin' Cajuns. Oof. It's an interesting one, but the guy is a softball aficionado, as they would say, so can't really go against him. We'll be right back with our locks of the day. We have reached the final segment of our show. It's time for our locks of the day. We'll start off with Chris DeBerry. Chris DeBerry currently sitting above 500, a couple games above 500, trying to close out the month strong. Going back to his roots with soccer again, and he's going with Elfsborg for his lock.
Good.
So that makes me pretty happy when the soccer guru picks the team that we both picked.
I like it.
Jake, what are you locking in?
Well, in much the same fashion as I did yesterday, I am going to lock in the Miami Heat. I think that's the best prop on the board. They've just got Indy figured out at this point. They know how to play without Bosch. LeBron and Wade are playing better than anyone on the Pacers team is capable of playing at any time. So I think if you give me the Heat against any Eastern Conference team straight up, I'm taking the Heat.
I'm also going with the Heat as my
Oh,
lock.
goodness. First time this has happened on the Daily Streak.
We both picked them on the normal pick, and we're locking them in. They better win. They better believe in win. Yeah, so that's it. We got the Heat and Elfsborg. thank you for tuning in today, and good luck with your streaking.
Yeah. Be sure to tune in tomorrow on the Friday edition when we'll have the shitty pick of the week.
I won't be in the running for that one.